Hey everyone, and welcome to Fluent English Unleashed. It's great to have you here. I'm Jessica. Let's get straight to a challenge that I hear about from students all the time. It's the skill of listening. But I'm not talking about hearing background noise. I mean true active listening. The ability to follow a natural English conversation or watch a show without any text on the screen. Maybe you love streaming series in English. Perhaps you listen to podcasts or music. And chances are you immediately turn on the captions because you're nervous you'll miss something. Those subtitles are a security blanket. They feel helpful, but here's the hidden trap. When you're reading text, your ears aren't really working. You believe you're practicing listening, but in reality, you're just practicing reading. Then, when you try without them, it's confusing and overwhelming. You think, I'll never get this. This reliance on written support is the very reason many people feel stuck. The subtitles become a wheelchair for your ears, something you learn to depend on instead of building your own strength. So today, I want to walk you through a different path, a smarter method to actually coach your brain and your hearing so you can process English by sound alone. Let me ask you this. What if the biggest key to progress isn't about how much you listen, but how you listen? It's not about cramming more vocabulary. It's not about endless hours of passive audio. It's about a strategic method that trains your mind gradually until everything starts to click, until English doesn't feel like a mystery. That's our goal for today. Okay, step 1 is crucial. Selecting your practice material wisely. This seems obvious, but it's where most students trip up. They pick content that is way above their level. They'll tune into a rapid-fire political debate or a complex drama film full of idioms and cultural references. The dialogue is quick, the accents are thick, and the background noise is distracting. When students listen to this advanced material, they typically end up discouraged. They think, I'm just not good at this. But I want to be very clear, that is a lie. The issue is not your ability. The issue is using the wrong tool for the job. You wouldn't try to run a marathon without training for a 5K first, right? Your ears need the same gradual conditioning. You need to begin with what I describe as visual English. Visual English is content where the meaning is supported by clear context. You can follow the story even if you don't catch every single word, because the images, the gestures, or the simple storyline fill in the blanks. Think about a cooking tutorial on YouTube. You see the chef chopping vegetables, adding them to a pot, and staring. Even if you miss the word dice or sauté, you understand the action from watching. Or consider a beginner-level podcast that tells a straightforward personal story. The narrator speaks clearly about familiar topics, waking up, commuting to work, having lunch with a friend. You know these routines, so your brain can easily connect the sounds to their meanings. This is visual listening, and it's incredibly effective because it builds confidence. You don't feel like you're sinking. You feel like you're wading in calm water where you can touch the bottom. You can practice comfortably, and as you get stronger, you can slowly move into deeper water. So start smart. Pick a simple animated show, a vlog, or a beginner podcast, something clear and predictable. Now, let's talk about your approach. A common mistake is to play a clip once, get lost, and then quit in frustration. But one try is never enough. Your brain needs repetition to decode new sounds. This is why I teach the layered listening technique. You'll listen to the same short clip 3 separate times, with a different focus each round. The first layer is for the main idea. Don't stress about details, just ask yourself, what is the general topic here? Is it about plans for the weekend, a problem at work, a funny story? Getting the central theme is a win. The second layer is for chunks of language. Now, listen for common phrases or groups of words that you recognize. You might hear, I was thinking about, or let's grab a bite, or it was such a long day. These are the building blocks of natural speech. Your goal is to notice how they sound when spoken together. The third and final layer is for the finer points. Now you can listen for specific details like times, names, numbers, or adjectives. What time did they meet? Where did they go? How did they feel? By the third listen, these details will pop out at you because you're not overwhelmed by the bigger picture anymore. Think of it like looking at a painting. First, you step back to see the whole scene. Then you move closer to appreciate the brushstrokes and shapes. Finally, you lean in to see the tiny details and textures. All three perspectives combine to give you a complete understanding. Now, we have to tackle a major mental block, the need to understand everything. So many learners operate under a terrible myth. If I miss one word, I failed. They get anxious, hit pause, and reach for the dictionary. But here's the truth. Native speakers don't catch every word either. It's true. Imagine I'm talking to a friend and they use a word I don't know. I don't just shut down. I keep listening. I use the other words, the tone of voice, and the context to figure out the meaning. That's exactly what you need to do. Authentic communication isn't about perfection. It's about connection. It's about grasping the message. For instance, if someone says, "We should definitely hang out soon," and you don't know hang out, you still understand we, should, and soon. You hear the friendly suggestion in their voice. You get the message. They want to meet. That is success. Your brain is learning to fill in the gaps. So repeat this to yourself. My goal is to understand the message, not every single syllable. So let's bring this all together into a simple daily habit. Your action plan. First, pick a short, manageable clip, just 2 or 3 minutes long. Second, and this is vital, listen without any captions. You have to trust your ears to do their job. Third, apply the layered listening technique. Listen once for the main idea, again for common phrases, and a third time for specific details. After your 3 listens, you can turn on the subtitles to check your understanding and learn new words. Do this for just 10 to 15 minutes a day. Consistency is your greatest weapon. Small daily practice is far more powerful than one long, exhausting session a week. Every day, your brain makes new connections. Every day, your ears become a little sharper. Thanks for spending your time with me here at Fluent English Unleashed. I'm Jessica. Until next time, keep listening, keep practicing, and never doubt that you can do this. See you soon.